There's a moment where many six-figure women experience where effort increases, but results don't. And the instinct is always the same. Push harder. But what if effort isn't the solution anymore? Hey, I'm Shayla Boyd-Gill, the Luxe Business Mentor and the creator of the Luxe Scaling System. Listen, if this video resonates with you, do me a favor, make sure that you subscribe and like this video. Let's get into it. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but at six figures, effort is no longer leveraged. When you first started your business, effort was the thing. As a matter of fact, you were celebrated for how hard you worked, everything that you did to get the party started. You worked long hours, you networked, you tried to be a part of any and everything that you could just so you could finally get your first sale, maybe get your first speech, whatever that first was. And then you kept doing it until you got yourself to your first six figures. You were celebrated. The effort worked. And guess what? You kept doing it because the thought was, if I work harder, I'm going to get even more. If I keep doing what I'm doing, surely this business is going to grow. So the great part was you also were able to build discipline. Discipline builds momentum, and that discipline will always need to be there with you. But we get to choose how we use our discipline the more that we grow. What we find is that discipline behind the effort, meaning behind the work attitude, how hard you work, how your skills were, it worked for the moment, but eventually that discipline has to shift to some other areas of who you are and for your business to keep the momentum going. Because at a certain point, the hustle energy stops cold turkey, and it will not push you the way that you think it will. You may be watching other people, maybe people that have 7, 8, 9-figure businesses, and you're like, yeah, surely they hustled their way to this point. They did, but they also had support. They also shifted the focus of where their hustle energy was located. For you, getting to your first six figures, you use the energy of hustle and effort, but now your energy is behind not only the work that you're doing, but also the way that you're leading and the decisions that you're making for your business. Listen, I totally understand why it's so easy to default to more. As high performers, it's what we do. We show people, I know what I'm doing. I'm the best at what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to outperform everyone else. That's the thing that drives us. But eventually, that's also the thing that will slow you down and frustrate you in the process. So it worked initially for you as a high performer, but you have to then start to modify the way in which you're performing in order for you to be able to grow and scale. As your responsibility increases, the thing that will happen is your identity will start being connected to your capacity. And so when you link your identity to your capacity, at a certain point, your cup will get full. And when your cup is full, you can't pour any more into it. And so you will find yourself in a place of, I'm working hard. There's a lot of effort. Now I'm exhausted. I have so many responsibilities, and everyone believes and thinks that I can do all things because you positioned yourself that way as a high performer. This is why women tend to blame themselves when effort stops working instead of blaming the system. So what really changes growth at this level? Well, there are three things. Number one, clarity is always going to be greater than your effort. When you're clear on the things that you need to do, the vision that you have, and the way or strategy in which you're going to get things executed, you won't lean into effort because you'll have a clear plan. You know what the steps are, and you understand that they don't look the same that they used to look before you got to six figures. Number two, structure is going to be greater than hustle. When we're structured, and this is where that discipline comes in, okay? When you're structured, again, you know the plan. You know the strategy. You know if you're involved or if there are other people involved. And that means it's not just you driving the horse. You're able to do more things collectively with support because you have structure and a system. And last but not least, environment is going to be greater than your willpower. So when I think of environment, I'm thinking of who you're surrounding yourself by. Not only your team, but who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with as far as your peers, associates, people that can support you, listen to you, hear from you, mentors, people that understand where you are and where you're going and help you so that you're not in that place of believing that you're a failure just because the effort's not working for you. So your environment is essential. The biggest thing we have to learn is you don't need to lean on your laurels of doing more. What we need to learn how to do is be a better leader. Believe me, I know it sounds strange, but I promise you, this is one of the first steps that you need to take. So if you've been working harder without movement, you don't need more motivation. Remember, we're not leaning on effort. This is your signal to pause and make some necessary changes. So if this resonates, make sure that you comment below and let me know. Let's get this conversation started.